everyone, welcome back to Bullet Planner Ideas. Can you believe it's June already? I don't know where this year has gone, but it's already halfway through. This month, rather than doing a full-on theme, I just went with a colour theme. So it's all about blues, different colour blues, a few turquoise, aqua. I started by creating my June, so my June. So this one's done in a dark blue with a primrose marker. One of my favourites. I quite like this colour. I then went on to do a technique to get some lines. So what I wanted to do was colour in the whole page, make it really colourful, using all sorts of different colour blues, but then wanting some nice straight white lines through it. And I've done this by using washi tape. So you can use any sort of paper-based tape, is normally easier. The trick is to make sure that the tape is not too sticky on the back, because otherwise you're going to leave residue when you want to take it back off again. So the beauty of this technique is that you actually don't need to be too neat, because the tape covers up all your mistakes basically. So you don't need to get really straight lines, because that's what the tape is for. So as long as you've put it down really hard and it's got a nice contact onto the paper, you'll find that you can go right up to the tape, go over the tape, and then when you take it off, it's still going to have a nice crisp white line. So I'm just using all sorts of different colours, all the different colour blues I had, adding a few aquas, things like that. Not in any real pattern, just random, picking a colour, then picking a triangle or a square, and then just going from there. So I'm using Primrosia markers. I'm also using Artistro Brush Paint Pens, a few of those in blue, and the Zebra Midliner Highlighters as well, in blue, green and light blue, I believe. If you want to know the different colours I used, I will link everything in the description below, or you can head to the website bulletplannerideas.com and just head to the June monthly spread. So there's no real pattern to this. I'm just picking a colour, picking a square, just choosing colours I like basically. I'm a big fan of blue, I quite like aqua, so that's really where it came from. Once you've done and completed all the squares with your colours, then it's time to take off the tape. Now hopefully it should just come off really nice and simply, leaving beautiful straight white patches and lines. And then adding in some outline for my June. I do this at the end just to go over the top of the squares of colour I've used. And this just gives it a little bit of definition so that you can actually see the June. And there we have it. My monthly spread was pretty simple. Sticking with the blue theme, I did the June in two-toned blue with the J as a dark blue, and then the rest of it as a lighter colour. I just went vertical and horizontal just to give it a little bit of pizzazz. But the monthly theme itself is really simple. It's just a box theme with a little bit of a ribbon in the corner for a date. I did a blue for the weekdays and then just went for an aqua for the weekends, just to kind of, I don't know, celebrate Saturday and Sunday. Who doesn't love a weekend? I just use a ruler for my lines. I'm not that great at getting straight lines without one. And my pattern may look a little bit all over the place with how I do my lines, but I just don't like putting a ruler over a line that I've just done, just in case it's still wet and will smudge. So you'll find I just kind of go a little bit everywhere. So adding in the little ribbon decoration. This is where my dates are going to go, and then I'll just put the day of the week in my little box. Doing the weekends in a nice aqua colour. These are Primrosia markers, all of these. They're the dual ones, so they've got a fine end on one end, which is really handy for drawing lines and things like that. Lastly, I'm just adding a bit of colour, and I'm using the same technique that I did with my cover page. So just using a couple of blues and different things. I'm not doing it all over this page. The main hero obviously is a calendar that you need to be able to see. So just the bottom corner. And then just take the tape off and you've got a beautiful monthly spread. So the trackers and the moon tracker, I'm doing the same sort of thing with the dark blue and then the light blue for the rest of the word. Just a bit of bubble writing. I find it not too hard to do with the dotted paper, as you can kind of get your letters even. I do like to do it in pencil first though, just to try and gauge the sizing. I'm really not that good at working out sizing on my pages, so I always trace it in pencil first and then go over it again in marker. So for the trackers, I'm sticking with a little bit of a ribbon theme, just to kind of match it with the monthly calendar I did on the page before. Really simple, just doing a ribbon and then just filling in the dates. Nothing too complicated, and just a good way to keep track of everything you're trying to do. Using a light blue, and then I will colour them in using one of the highlighters, I think. Hopefully it'll be nice and colourful at the end because I've done everything I wanted to do this month. With the moon tracker, because I don't really have a theme this month, it's just kind of colourful, so I actually went for a puzzle. So just a black liner on the outside, and then I'm just filling in the midpoints of the puzzle with a grey. This is actually a Tombow calligraphy pen, and it's the one that's got the black on one side and the grey on the other side, so it's actually really easy. I had done this over in pencil, but I thought I'd just get rid of all the pencil before I did the little squiggles for the puzzle. Doesn't really matter what order you put these in, it's a puzzle. So it can go in any order as long as it kind of looks cool. Then just put my moods down the bottom, and then I'll just fill them in as I go. June is a really good month to do this because it is 30 days, which means it fits into a square puzzle really well. Finally, I'm just doing my to-do list, again keeping it simple with the two-toned theme for the header. And then I'm just doing a ribbon down the side to keep my list going, using aqua for the ribbon and then the highlighter to go in the middle, and then I'll just put whatever I need to do for this month. I chose one page a week this month, a similar style to the monthly spread with blue for the weekdays and then aqua for the weekends. Again, just using the ruler to go through. And then added some highlighter for contrast behind the days and the dates. Again, blue with the weekdays and aqua with the weekends. And then just used a black pen for the writing on these pages. I thought a lot of blue colour would be quite overwhelming for this page, so I didn't use the same technique. I'm just finishing it off with some washi tape to keep with the blue theme. I also put a little bit of a section for this week just to write down my priorities of what I really need to get done in every week this month. So we're all done for June. The blues really make me happy. I like the colours. Simple without being boring, and I think it will really help me stay organised in June. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe to follow along, and I'll see you all again next month for July.